Hi, I'm Louis Kalika, and this is my visual presentation for the positive influence that digital music technology has had on society. So what I decided to do is do a timeline of the different technologies that led up to the digital music revolution. So here we go. 1980, the TR-808 drum machine was introduced by Roland. So this drum machine, wow. So the reason this is influential is if you listen to a lot of music, pop music today, they make references to the TR-808. So that's because of this drum machine right here. It provided that bass that people were missing in their lives. 1982, the CD player was introduced. This marked the beginning of the end of the analog tape era. So now you have CD quality audio. You don't have to deal with that tape hiss anymore. Clean audio. 1983, the Synclavier 2 is introduced, which is the grandfather to DAWs such as Pro Tools or Ableton Live, which are major tools for producing music in today's current atmosphere. 1987, the MPC 2000 was introduced. So this sampler sequencer is used in a lot of music that was produced in the late 80s and throughout the 90s. So that's how this piece is influential. 1994, the MP3 format is introduced, making it possible to distribute music over the internet. Before the advent of MP3, you had these huge WAV files. So the MP3s compress those huge WAV files into smaller files so that you can fit more music onto a hard drive. What used to take up gigs of space now takes up megabytes of space. 1995, the Sound Blaster AWE32 is introduced. So for the first time, your computer can produce good quality audio, as long as you had some good speakers, some Altec Lansings or something like that. 1998, Napster is introduced. So this peer-to-peer platform and sharing service scared the music industry, scared a lot of the labels because people were able to share music for free. For what you had to pay for before, you can get for free now. That's why it was shut down. 2001, the iPod is introduced. This made it possible to carry thousands of songs into a tiny device that fit in your pocket. Before, you had to swap out cassettes and CDs and you had to carry all these CDs and cassettes. No longer. Everything was contained into this little unit right here. 2001, along with the iPod, launched iTunes. So for the first time, you can get your music a la carte. If there was an artist that released an album, but you only liked one song, you didn't have to buy the whole album. You can buy one song for 99 cents, drop it on your iPod, and you're good to go. You're rocking out. 2004, Rhapsody is introduced. I work closely with this company. This is the first streaming service ever. So it's a precursor to, say, Spotify. So they started it all. YouTube is introduced in the year 2005. So this platform is a big game changer. It's one of the biggest music streaming services on the planet today. But nobody knew that in 2005. It was a failed dating app back then. 2007, the iPhone is released. So for the first time, you have this device, this handheld device that does everything. It's your phone, it's your camera, it's your video recorder, it's your music player. So that's the significance of this piece of technology. Of course, you know, a lot of you have one in your pocket right now. Oh, wrong way. 2008, the Samsung Galaxy is introduced. It's the Android. It's a smartphone that competed with the iPhone. and it allowed for the first time for you to be able to stream music on your handheld device or your phone. 2010, Spotify. So Spotify is a big game changer. So the reason why is because at this time in the industry, the labels were losing money. Their futures weren't secure until Spotify came along and proved to everybody that streaming is a viable source of income. And because of that, they started becoming profitable again, the music labels, that is. 2015, Apple Music is launched to compete with Spotify. So that's how influential Spotify is. It made Apple switch it up so that they can compete. 2020, COVID-19 pandemic hits, and the demand for streaming skyrockets. Like, people need to be entertained while they're cooped up in their house, and this era just shows how influential streaming is to our daily entertainment. So that is my presentation, my timeline for digital music technologies and their positive influences on society. Some would argue that a lot of these technologies deter people from going outside, or it's rotting our brains, or it's destroying the music industry. But like, time has told how viable these technologies have been and how influential they have been in changing our lives in a positive manner. So that's my presentation, and again, this is Louis Kalika signing off. Thank you. Bye.